감사합니다.
Joel, where have you brought me, bro? This looks incredible.
What's that program? Also 한국 초음이죠?
No, you're killing me.
how the tables have turned. The guy who introduces me to the country is now being introduced to the country.
This is true. This is true. This is literally 만두전골이라는 게 있는지도 몰랐어.
나도. 우리 처음
먹어봐?
한 번에 안 먹어봤어.
오, 대박.
고추도 있어. 들었어.
청양고추 들어와 있네. 좀 맵겠네?
Bro.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming, bro. It's such a privilege to be able to shoot this episode with you. We've been shooting a series where we want to kind of explore Korea.
That's good.
With a little bit of 식감 아니고. What's texture in Korean?
Not eating.
질감? 질감? I was thinking it's really interesting. So this month celebrates 8 years since you first took me to Korea.
What? Oh my god, I can't even believe that was a thing. 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Literally, I was thinking the other day, like how
Weird.
How crazy it is. When we first met, I met you and Korea almost the same day.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Because for some reason I was in England in university, but had this like obsession with making sure everyone I met understood. I mean, I guess it comes up in conversation because I was studying Korean.
Yeah.
People were like, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm studying Korean at uni. And they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
Back then, it was like
North or South?
Korea. Yeah, Korea. What? That's a degree. Yeah, you can do that in London.
Literally.
There's this whole world out there, this whole culture that you just need to experience. I swear, like, probably after like the second week I met you, you started like training in some Korean words. How'd you go? 안녕하세요.
I don't know what it was. If I was like more fascinated by you and your life, or if I was more fascinated by Korea.
Yeah.
And then I think those things intertwined, like who you were, this kind of cultural phenomenon.
That was weird.
You were literally like, you were speaking and you were like, guess where I'm from? And I was like,
is that what I said?
Literally, you're like, guess my accent.
Wow, I was all over the place.
I was like, New Zealand? And you were like,
I remember that. I remember that. I went to an international school for a long time. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And I think I was hooked on you from then. You became my anthropological study.
Yeah.
But you started talking about Korean. I've never met anyone so passionate about anything. I remember walking back to your house after church.
Yeah.
And you'd haggle the Chinese lady or
yeah.
man for like two.
We get like
£2.
We get Chinese street food at the Camden Market on the way home. That was good times. Those were good times.
So, and I was literally like, wow, this guy has like so many superpowers.
What
He's like charismatic. He's like he's like
haggling
so friendly.
in Chinese.
He looks like he's some white British guy, but he's like got this like all other culture inside him, and he just comes out and he's like, oh, I'm just gonna speak some language and get some. And we were like super poor at the time. We had like no money.
Students, man. Student life in London.
Literally. Oh yeah.
Get involved, bro. Yeah. Oh my
gosh.
Goodness.
Oh my days.
What is even in this?
약간 비밀전골인데.
This looks incredible.
I've never. Oh wow.
Is there beef in there?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Wow, I'm so down for this.
There's literally everything in there, bro. I don't even know how to serve this. There's just so many different bits to it. Should I just get involved in and you want to bring a plate?
Yeah, just chuck it in.
Okay, I'll do it into this actually. It might be easier.
다 손으로 만드시는 거예요?
네.
대박이다. 너무 맛있어 보여요.
There you go, Butte.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hot.
He was looking at you extremely skeptically and was like, "Oh, he's turned over so many times. The man who's going to have broken open."
That is 100% what happened. I'm sorry.
You're livid. Oh, she's livid. Oh, you're fine, bro.
This is my first time as well, so.
I mean, this is what I love about Korea. I've been coming back and forth for 10 years, and I've never heard of this before. Didn't even know it was a thing. There's just like never-ending possibilities to explore with Korean culture. There's so much. I love it.
I feel like that's been my last 2 years.
Oh. I'm gonna get stuck in while you
Yeah, get involved. Actually, let's taste it. 사랑해요. 아이고 이거
This guy. 진짜 맛있어요. 와,
진짜 맛있어요.
진짜 맛있어요. 오, 대박.
아 정말 영광입니다. Oh my days, bro.
I can't eat it all in one anyway, can I?
Yeah, of course you can. With that attitude.
너무 뜨거. Oh, that is incredible. Wow.
난 저
Oh,
무서워.
it hits you in the throat. 얼큰해. 약간 얼큰해.
This is freaking amazing. Oh my gosh, this is a taste I've never experienced before, bro.
It's incredible.
It's literally exactly what you're saying. It's like there's like a never-ending. I think that's really what me and Dan are setting out with this series. We want to find the places that have the. It's like the 할머니 손. 만드는 거. Like 손맛. Places with texture. Places with like a little bit of history. They're just sitting there making the mandu.
Yeah.
They've got a machine on it. It's like
by hand. Sick.
It's so other.
Yeah.
Like in terms of a cultural experience.
Have you talked about what you were like when we met ever before? Because I feel like that's more of a news story here.
Go on. What was that?
Okay, so my first impression of John.
Oh no.
That was a laugh that stuck with me. First impression. I guess you've got a bit of like a larger than life personality.
Okay.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
In a good way. And there was something about like that which I was like, I want to spend more time with this guy. But also, we shouldn't really have shared anything in common. Like, we didn't really have any.
So true.
We didn't really even have any shared interests.
You
were into breakdancing and like trick biking and b-boying and beatboxing and and art.
Yeah.
And I studied Korean.
Yeah.
And was like really into like football, volleyball, PC gaming.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Which you were
Bro,
not into.
first time I went to PC Bang with you, and you were like, gas. And I was like, I don't know.
StarCraft.
I have literally no idea what's going on.
Yeah, like I feel like we connected just kind of off of like a similar energy.
Yeah.
Definitely like loved your enthusiasm for life. That was something that I really liked.
thanks,
Was
bro.
like, oh, I want to spend more time with this guy. But then the more time I spent with you, the more I was just like, wow, we like had grown up in such different worlds.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I share a lot in common with you. We were you didn't even have a passport when I met you.
Yeah.
And now here we are, flipping 8 years later, and you're living in Korea.
Yeah.
Did not see that coming. Every now and again I remember that. I'm just like, what is like, how did that happen? That's awesome.
I met you, and then we went to Korea, and then I think I met Dan before that, but then we all met in Korea.
Wait, what?
Do you remember? I was just like, I had no idea what was going on the whole time I was in
Yeah, you
Korea.
had literally no clue what was happening.
And well, you'd lived there for a year, like before that, so it was like you were like, I was just like, wow, Josh, just speaking to everyone freaking loves him. It's amazing. Like, I feel like I'm in with everyone. This is so cool. And then we went for dinner with Dan, and like I walked out of the restaurant, and I didn't even realise this. Like weeks later, Dan always brings this up. It's like a big memory that sticks in his mind.
Yeah.
And I walk out and I go, Kumawa.
Wait, so you just said gomawo to like a harmony.
And I think she probably said, 네.
Yeah, of course. 와, 대박이다 이번에는 진짜.
아 이거 먹어.
Hit
말무래.
me.
말무래.
Oh my gosh. Just the size of these mandus.
Hey Josh, if I say 말무래,
Yeah.
무슨 뜻인지 알아?
많이 먹어.
Yeah. Oh.
어디 사투리인지 전혀 모르는데 사투리인 건 알지.
Nice. That's been a really interesting thing for me.
I can't believe you speak some Saturday. It's so weird to me.
There's so many like flavors and so many like cultural things even within one culture that it's just a pleasure. Honestly, it's a pleasure to live here, man. And like
In Korea.
I literally have you to thank for that. If I'd
So
never met
crazy,
you,
yeah.
would I be living here?
That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Yeah. Life just flies by. You look back and you're like, how did all this happen? It's great. It's great. Because every time I share a bit of the Korean culture that I knew or food or introduce you to some of my Korean friends in London, there was like such a feedback of like, oh my gosh, these people have never experienced anything like this. You've never experienced anything like that. It's so much new. It's so exciting for you, and it makes it even more exciting for me, and it makes me want to share more and teach you more about Korea and teach you some Korean words and show you this Korean food and be like, hey, do you want to go and teach English for an English camp in Korea over a winter?
Okay, yeah.
And then you want to go to Korea for 6 weeks when
You're the only
you've
person
never
who
like
can-
left Europe before? Ever.
I don't have a passport. How am I going to do that?
And I was like, oh, should we just go to Korea for 6 weeks? You were like, yeah, all right.
You literally
Well,
filled
can we? Can we actually do it?
You literally
Yeah,
even filled in my visa application. No other time in my life has left such a mark as
Wow.
probably my relationship with Korea.
Wow, like that first visit.
Yeah, that was crazy on so many
We
levels.
stayed in Philippines, Pohang.
한동, 한동.
한동대학교.
Yeah.
And I remember we were telling our friendship group back in England, oh yeah, we're taking Joel out to Korea to teach English at an English camp for like 4 weeks. Everyone was like, what, Joel? I can't even speak English properly in London.
Yeah, that's, man, that is 100% true. Mate, you probably didn't know this, but I spent that whole month practicing English.
What, so that you could
Yeah.
teach it with
And I just do it on my own. And
a
I'd be
clear
like,
conscience?
Water, girl, not girl, girl, not girl. And then I get there and I'm like, and they're like, what is water?
No,
And then
yeah.
I'd be
Because
like,
they're used to
water,
American accent. Yeah.
So my accent, that was the beginning of the end for my accent.
What a journey.
What's the thing that keeps bringing you back?
Wow.
What's the thing that will keep bringing you back? Maybe that's a better question, I think.
Interesting, yeah. I couldn't stay away.
No.
Even if like we didn't have any work in Korea, I couldn't stay away. Korean culture is like exploded. You know, when I studied Korean at university, it was I think 9 people in my class. 6 of them were doing a double major. So like Korean only majors, I think it was like me and 3 other people. Which is ridiculous. And now it's a big course, you know. It's definitely changed a lot. Back then when I was away from Korea for a long time, after living here, it felt like I was missing out on a part of who I was. You know, I could share Korea with you in London and we could talk about it a lot and I'd meet my Korean friends and we'd all, you know, cook some tteokbokki at home and like, we'd be sharing a mix of cultures with each other while we're in London. Everything's so different that when you're in London, the longer you spend there, the more you kind of start to a little bit forget, but also like crave and want to go back. I guess I talked about it a bit before on your channel, but Korea is such a big part of me growing up.
Yeah.
Such a big part of me that coming back to London to study in the first place was kind of me rediscovering my English side. You know, I didn't really feel English at all. But as that happened, I then realised like the Korean culture that I'd grown up in China was like a really big part of me, and I wanted to go back. And then when I went to study, that expanded and developed and matured into a really big part of my life. And I guess it's just kind of inseparable. I'm so glad that for Gabby that's true as well. That, you know, for her, Korea is a huge part of her life. Even though she didn't live in Korea at all growing up, she didn't really even have much Korean community. But for her, also, it's not just Korea. There's something else. There's like other cultures in there mixing up that she needs to have a bit of. And I think for both of us, you know, if you were to tell us we're never going to go back to Korea, you know, we're going to go off and live somewhere in, well, Europe or the States or wherever, it just wouldn't really comprehend.
Yeah.
Like, no matter where we're living, I think we need to be going to Korea. And even if the place we were living actually is Korea, I think we'd need to be going to our other cultures, you know, to England and like Paris for Gabby. We go back to Paris and experience the food culture there that she fell in love with. And like, those things are such a big part of our lives. It's really important for us to keep reconnecting to it. Yeah, it's very hard to articulate in words what it is about Korea that just brings me back every time, but it's a lot, yeah.
I think that's what essentially was why I was so drawn to you, because it was like, you probably have the polar opposite life to me growing up. But I think we had the same kind of, very similar identity struggle.
Yeah, and culture is like,
It just seems paradoxical, doesn't it?
It's so ingrained in who you are. And we all own it to a certain extent. We own the cultures that we live in or that we're from, but often not fully, you know. You sort of learn to borrow these different aspects of different places and different cultures and different relationships, and they all start to make up who you are in your identity.
사장님, 혹시 볶음밥 돼요? 네, 하나 주시겠어요?
She is like the most cool 사장님 ever.
She reminds me of myself as a boy.
볶음밥.
드실 거예요? 드실 거예요?
네.
네. 와, 대박.
감사합니다.
감사합니다. Oh, mate, look at this.
Finish up on the bottom.
That's one of the best sounds.
Mate, it's honestly, it's a privilege to have someone in my life who's like introduced me to a culture that's affected my life so much, and to live here and see you so often. And yeah, man, I can't wait for you moving here, bro. It's gonna be sick. Be like old times.
Us moving here.
Yeah.
Mate, you never know. You never know.
Oh wow.
I remember you and Dan talking about moving out
Oh
here.
my days.
There's something really scary about going somewhere where, well, you've never lived before.
Honestly, living here every day is an adventure.
You were learning the language. You'd never taken a class.
Yeah.
Mad props, man. That's like takes a lot of courage, and I think that kind of, for me, like sums up why it was just such a joy to introduce this culture to you, and it's so good to see you guys out here like flourishing, doing your thing.
It's beautiful, mate. It's a privilege.
It's really good.
There's no other
Really
word. You always get me bare emotional, man. Pap came out of my eye, I think.
What'd you say?
A little bit of pap came out of my eye. You always get me too emotional.
Oh, mate.
먹어볼까, 이거?
먹어보자.
I think it might be a little bit hot.
Woo! Oh my gosh, that's what I'm talking about, mate. Oh, it's so much better. No, that's what I'm talking about. Bro. It's like ending the meal with like a banging 볶음밥.
Literally, bruv.
It's perfect. Mate, thanks for this. This is incredible.
You too, bro.
So good. I love this. Love it.
We want to take
Man.
Ollie somewhere.
Yeah, man, do it.